on the research methods and materials in English, Unit 10 of our Net English preparation, guys. As you can see here, a small presentation on ethnographic research. Okay, so let's look at what is ethnographic research and what are its possible questions in terms of our preparation for net. So guys, ethnographic research literally means a portrait of a people. Basically, ethnographic research, portrait of a people कहलाती है. It aims primarily at describing what is happening in a particular setting, okay, together with participants' perspective on these events. So दो चीजें होती हैं इसमें. First is that what is happening in a particular setting, and the second thing is participants perspective. So it is entirely, you can say, in that regard, it is entirely a subjective research. Okay, so it focuses on all the events which occur in a particular setting. It provides a holistic picture of how a particular social group operates and accomplishes this by means of direct observation and interviews with key participants. Okay, so one thing which is very important is direct observation is there in ethnographic research, and also interviews with key participants. That is also very important. Okay, so basically sampling also comes here. We know that probability sampling and non-probability sampling. Okay, so means key participants is non-probability sampling. That means you are selecting yourself the samples. Okay, so that is also there. It is also referred to as interpretive research. Very important, guys, because it attempts to explain people's behavior in terms of the belief which people hold about their behavior. Okay, so basically it is behavioral research, and it deals with the explaining of the behavior of the people, and mostly it is actually a research which is can be described as you can say explicative. It explicates, it describes it in a way, is known as descriptive research in that regard as well. So what are the definition, guys? It is written description of a particular culture. Now the word ethnography is very important. It is the study of culture, and so it is based on information collected through field work. This definition was given by Harris and Johnson. Ethnographic method, it refers to field work, particular observation conducted by a single investigator who lives with and lives like those who are studied. Okay, this is very important when Mani definition in 1996, that it refers to the field work which is conducted by a single investigator who lives with and lives like. So very important. Okay, and the method provides an accurate and deep intuitive understanding about the way people live, what they do, how they use things, or what they need in their everyday professional lives. Okay, so it is basically an intuitive understanding of how people live and how they, you can say, use the things. Okay, so in that regard, it is very important that it is all about the understanding of the complete culture. And what are the procedures and methods that we use here for data collection? Is number one, as I have told you, observation is very important. Then video diaries, we make diaries in terms of videos. Photographs, they play an important role. If you remember here, the one writer, Susan Camp, okay, he is known as one of the very important ethnographical researcher, and a question has been asked in our English paper also based on her. Then contextual interviews, guys. Contextual interviews are very important. If you remember in our English literature, in when we read history of English literature, who was the first person who in fact started this one-to-one interview method? We know, guys, it was William Hazlitt. Okay, so starting from Hazlitt, the tradition continued, and there are many famous interview series where we can see many writers, famous writers, authors are being interviewed, and also the researcher tries to get a in-depth understanding of the person on whom we are doing the research. Then analysis of artifacts. Now, what are artifacts? Artifacts, this word you will come across in Marxism, guy, especially Frankfurt School. If you have given the paper of this time around, you will understand that Frankfurt School is a school which is a kind of derivative from Marxism in terms of Walter Benjamin's Walter Benjamin was one of the member of this school, and the basically in cultural studies also, cultural materialism also, you will come across these this important word. So artifact is anything which is of cultural, any, you can say, any important tool or any important article which is of cultural significance. It can be a photograph, it can be a image, it can be a you can say sculpture. So it can be anything, you know, that is of historically and culturally significant significance, right? So that is also there that we study in ethnography. Okay, data are collected by means of either contextual interview of the duration of 4 to 5 hours, or by following participant for several days, or longitudinal studies. Now, this is very important. We are not doing latitudinal study, we are doing longitudinal study lasting for several weeks or months to investigate. You know, longitudinal and latitudinal. Longitudinal is when you go for the same sample, but the time duration is extended. And latitudinal is the time duration is minimized, but you take lot of sample randomly. Okay, that is there. Then steps of ethnographic research is given by Singleton and Straits. These writers might be asked. Okay, and the first is problem formulation, as is case with many, you can say, theories of research, or many, you can say, methods of research, especially in English. Then research setting, you must find what is actually the research setting, and you must try to articulate that setting in your own words. Okay, then gaining access, how the researcher gained access, the steps to gain access to that particular site where you are researching, and most importantly, your way of research should be in sync with the samples with whom you are researching. That's important in ethnographic research. Then presenting oneself, of course, because it's a highly subjective research, one must be very careful by presenting oneself, and the neutrality of the observation must be maintained. And then gathering and recording information, which is of course a very important step in any research, and ethnography is no, you can say, deviation from that. Okay, so guys, this is just a very important short video on ethnography. For more videos, you can join our net course, and HOLI offer is there. And I would just like to say that in this HOLI, let's try to unite ourselves and try to gather our all forces with the good people, good causes, and most importantly, time for discount is also there. So you can avail that discount, and you can get all my premium lectures on net, especially related to June 2023. So I'm looking forward to see you all there. Those especially who have read from me before, they know what is the method, how much result oriented we are, and most importantly, what is the level of dedication and passion that you are going to get from me. So I humbly request that all those now who are preparing for net, please do contact personally. You can contact at my number. You can drop me a message 9917258311, and then we can plan a new batch together. Okay. So wish you all the best and happy Holi. Thank you.